Hello, I'm Don Hammock, Sports Information Director at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, coming to you from A.L. May Memorial Stadium after the first home game of the year, and what a game it was. Number 5 Gulf Coast defeats number 10 Jones 27-20. Thrilling come-from-behind win for the Bulldogs. We're going to talk with head coach Jack Wright, defensive lineman Javen Gibson, and quarterback Landon Varnes while we take a look at some highlights. Then we'll introduce you to linebacker Keshawn Thomas when we play 10 questions. Lastly, you'll get to meet the 2024-25 Gulf Coast men's basketball team, coached by Owen Miller. Coach Miller is going to tell us about what he's got coming up this year. Stick around. Here on the field with an exhilarated Jack Wright, head coach of the Gulf Coast Bulldogs. Jack, I just heard you tell somebody it was the most fun game you've ever coached.
Very fun, very fun. Despite, all of the gravity and the weight of the standings on the outcome, it was just a lot of fun. I mean, it was a typical Gulf Coast Jones. This is why you get in it. This is why you get in coaching, is to play in games that matter against good teams in front of an atmosphere and a crowd like this. And just proud to be the coach here. It was just a lot of fun, man. I'm exhausted, but it was a great night, especially because we won.
That's right. It's always a good night.
Yeah.
6 in a row against them. It was a back-and-forth game. Y'all had some turnovers, had a big turnover that went the other way, put y'all in a hole. How did y'all respond to that?
I'm so proud of our players. We were going in to score, to go up, and Trey made a magnificent cut on a cutback, and the ball popped out. No, I didn't have a good angle on the return, but somehow he stayed out of bounds and stayed in bounds and stayed on his feet and made an incredible play. And they go up by a touchdown. And of course, you're deflated. So your players then, they have the option of either kind of letting that kill the game or coming back, and we chose to come back.
Offensively, y'all weren't that great in the first half. Got 7 points after a turnover on a short field. Second half started a little slow, but then y'all found something that was working. What did y'all do?
Just turning our offense loose. I mean, sometimes we go in as coaches and we kind of see ghosts on film, and we want to run this and run that and be perfect. But our kids have a lot of reps in our base stuff. Throughout the summer and training camp, we spent a lot of time just on our base offense, and so just kind of going back and looking at the sheet and say, what are we good at? What did we throw good this summer? What have we thrown good in the first 2 games? And we just kind of started calling that stuff. I never felt like we were playing bad in the first half. I felt like we just didn't make some plays that we normally make. We had a couple of drops on third downs, and that caused some 3 and outs. But I never felt like we played bad on offense.
We'll talk about Landon. We're going to talk with him in a little bit. He comes out second half, throws interceptions, I think the first 2 possessions. You only wind up giving up 30 points out of that, but how was he able to respond after that?
That's what winning quarterbacks do. They're going to make mistakes. Nobody's going to be perfect. If you want to play in a passing offense like we are, you're going to put the ball in the middle of the field sometimes, and you're going to make a mistake, or the defense is going to make a great play. That's exactly what happened tonight. He was able to put it behind him. That's what we talked about on the sideline. Is like, hey, don't let it affect the next series. And I know Landon. He's going to be a short memory, so I'm not surprised the way he reacted. Maybe the people that haven't seen him play, in high school or been around him, thought that might have, deflated him. But he kept his poise, and I knew he was going to make a play at some point late. I just wanted to make sure we weren't too far down before he could find something.
And the running game, I mean, Trey Hall had a 67-yard touchdown run. That really sparked y'all's offense to life, I think.
It did. We know Trey can do that. He's a home run hitter. I said that last year after a couple of games, and that's what he did tonight. We've got 2 great backs, though. I mean, Chandler was a workhorse, too. So, they're a little bit different styles. Chandler's a workhorse, and, he's really good at a lot of things, and he can get a lot of yards, but Trey is an explosive guy. He can go a long way, when off a missed tackle or something like that, and he did that on that play.
Let's talk about the regulators. We mentioned they got put in a couple bad spots coming out in the second half. They responded, give up, a field goal. What did you see out of them? Just keep going out there and keep
Yeah, man,
plugging.
just energy. I got to give a lot of credit, especially to Coach Smith, rolling that D-line in. I mean, just a constant stream of D-linemen going in, and we're deep there. We reach all the way down the roster in every game that we play, and they get after the passer even late in the fourth quarter. I think that was the difference tonight. But we made a lot of open field tackles. I think that they were able to get the ball on the perimeter a little bit to their skill guys. And, it's a one-on-one situation out there sometimes in zone coverage. And if you don't make the tackle, it's another 20 yards before somebody else can get him. So a lot of one-on-one tackles. So our outside linebackers, our safeties, even our corners got in on a lot of those tackles. I'm anxious to see the numbers, to see who had the most. But to me, it looked pretty even. A lot of guys, were making plays on the perimeter against their skill folks.
We talk about a lot of defensive linemen playing. The guy who put the final nail in the coffin, Javen Gibson, I mean, he just seems to live in the backfield.
Javen's a great pass rusher. He's a great pass rusher. He's been that for us now for 2 years. He's a mature kid, an older guy, and he's just been extremely productive. I know you're going to interview him here. He's an extremely impressive young man. He's going to play at a very, very high level after Gulf Coast. He's going to have a lot of offers and some options. We just need his leadership throughout the rest of 2024.
You mentioned the fans earlier, but, I mean, it was a packed house, and they were in it late. I know that.
Yeah,
that
this
helps.
is what it's about. I love it for our kids. They work so hard to play this sport. It's year-round now. Weights, walkthroughs, meetings every day for year-round. And for them to get a reward in front of this crowd tonight and for a game to go like it did and get the win, I'm just so proud for them to be able to experience something like that. It's special. Tonight was a special night for the guys in the blue tonight.
You're 3-0, 1-0 in the South now, a big South win. I know you're just barely catching your breath after this one. Southwest next week. We go back on the road. It seems like we're living there.
There's no breaks in the South. Everybody has talent. Southwest is putting up a lot of points, so our defense will be challenged. We've got to find a way to not make games so close, Don. We've got to find a way to create some consistency and not get our back against the wall before we really start, producing offensively. So that's a challenge for us. We're still early in the season. I think we have it in us. We've got to figure out those mistakes that we're making as coaches and players early in games and get past that.
I think you see improvement probably week to week, and tonight it felt like quarter to quarter you saw things getting better, and I think the O-line was better late and that kind of thing.
Right.
So you guys are pushing in the right
Sometimes
direction.
as a coach, you just got to turn loose and try to kind of let go of control, let your players play. Give your athletes a chance in space, give your quarterback a chance to make a play, and I really think that's kind of the realization we came to. We had to. We were going to have to win the game that way.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Here on the field with defensive lineman Javen Gibson from Church Point, Louisiana. Said the folks did well last night in the storm, and
Yes,
there was a storm out here, out on the field. What was it like out there tonight?
In the beginning, we came out a little slow, made a lot of mistakes, but we coached all week. We came ready, limit the mistakes. We came together at the end, finished real strong.
You guys have a reputation for being really good in the red zone when your backs are against the wall. You got put there a couple times tonight. How do y'all manage to do so well back there?
Just basic things. Coach told us all week, just focus on doing your job, doing the little things right, hustle plays, crowd the ball, and just being a great athlete.
Coach Wright talked about how y'all are able to turn over a bunch of guys on the D-line. Y'all go super deep. Everybody gets to play. What's it like being with that group?
I love it. Everybody get a chance to play. Everybody has the ability to snap at any moment to make a big play, We got each other backs for sure. And, that's my brothers for sure. D-block, you know what I'm saying?
D-block.
Yeah.
And that also lets you be more fresh there at the end.
Yes.
That last series, you were just all over him in the backfield. What were you trying to get done then?
I just knew it's crunch time. Got to make a big play. Make plays for my team. I'm playing for the people on side of them, most definitely, and just finish, man.
I always ask the defensive guys what they saw out of the offense. They got things cranked up there in the third quarter. What did you see from them tonight?
They came to play. Started out a little slow, but we go back and forth every day at practice. So this ain't nothing new to them. When they got going, they did their job, made plays and set us up in great field positions.
Y'all Y'all have to play at Southwest, so go back on the road again.
Yes, sir.
What do you know about them?
Southwest is a great opponent. You don't want to overlook anybody. You feel what I'm saying? So we're going to get back in the lab come Sunday, get ready to start game prepping and things of that nature. But, yeah, we're going to be ready, I feel like.
Javen, good job. Appreciate you, man.
Most definitely.
Here on the field with quarterback Landon Varnes from Brandon, Mississippi. Landon, this game had just about everything in it. What does it feel like to come out on top?
Oh, that's awesome, Mr. Don, especially with all your guys out here. And, you know, it came down to the wire. That was the last drive football game right there. So, you know, we just kept fighting. There was so much resilience. We just kept fighting. Things weren't going our way. Turned the ball over twice. And, you know, that kind of shows the resilience we have as a team and all the work we put in to continue to keep fighting and come out on top.
Coach Wright said y'all only got 7 points in the first half. He said y'all didn't play that bad. You had, you know, maybe a drop or a mistake that shut y'all down. But in the second half, what changed for y'all?
We went into halftime, and I mean, we really weren't doing anything but killing ourselves in the first half. You know, we had a couple drops. I missed a throw. I mean, just stuff that's got to be fixed to win big-time football games like this. When we went to halftime and said, look, guys, that ain't the brand of football we play. It's not what we're used to. So, you know, let's go out and execute, and we did. We came out in the second half like a brand new football team, in my opinion.
Coach Wright said you got to be a short memory guy. You threw 2 picks to start the second half.
Yes, sir.
How do you get back into the game after that?
Man, that was that's nothing more than my teammates. I'm coming off very upset with myself. That stuff can't happen, especially in a ball game like this, you know. And I got everybody telling me, pick your head up. Defense has got you. We go out there, they don't even score. You get 0 points out of the first one, and then the defense holds them to 3 on the next one, and that just goes to show the fight that they got to and the love that we have for each other. Because if I throw a pick, they're going to go make a play, and if they get scored on, I'm going to go punch it right back in for them. So that's just kind of how we got each other's back.
I think the next possession, Trey goes 67 yards to the house. What did that play look like to you?
It looked like the O-line just came off the ball, and that was a dominant group up front on that play. And Trey hit the hole very, very hard, bounced off a guy, and if you see 5 in front of you, you ain't catching him. So you just had to kiss him goodbye.
Then there's a weird play. They take a lead on a fumble return out of their own end zone, go 100 yards. How did y'all respond after that?
Kind of, the same way as in the first half when we weren't playing good. You know, Mr. Don, we looked at each other and said, hey, let's go. You know, 5 minutes, this is what we like. We like being under pressure, and we went out there and got the job done.
JP Coulter was big for you, had 118 yards receiving. How were y'all connecting tonight?
JP is just an unreal athlete. He comes to work every single day, and I think that kind of what that starts this on Thursdays is, you know, Monday through Wednesday, we're preparing to do what we do on Thursday. So it's not a surprise at all to see JP do that. It's not a surprise at all from the O-line playing as well as they did tonight. We just got guys that love football and are going to play hard.
Last drive, bunch of big plays. Let's talk about the last one. You had to escape the pocket. You're going the wrong way. What happened on that play?
You know, I'm looking right. I don't like what I see there. I said, all right, let's go back left. I see Beverly. He's a really fast guy. He's a shorter guy, but he can run. I saw he had a step on the guy, and I said, I'm going to try it. My guy's better than that guy. And I just got so much faith in these receivers, the O-line, the defense. I got faith in everybody all the way around, and I know when the time's right and when it needs to be made, they're going to make a play for me.
I know we've just finished this game. It's exhausting, exhilarating, all that kind of stuff.
Yes,
you know anything about Southwest?
I know we're going to get in here and watch some film and start learning to get after them. We're going to go out and we're going to play our best, and we're going to try and hang some points up and get out of there.
Landon from Brandon, congratulations.
Sir, thank you, Mr. Don.
Let's play 10 questions with linebacker Keshawn Thomas.
My name is Keshawn Thomas. I'm from Ocean Springs. Ocean Springs is a great place, peaceful. Just, if you want to raise a family, that's where you need to be. My first year playing football was 7th grade. I wasn't too good. I was an offensive lineman. I thought it was just gonna be a one-year thing, and then one of my coaches, Coach Davis, actually, I met him. He was a D lineman coach for varsity, and he made me actually fall in love with it more. I moved to the defense side of the ball, and I just loved it since. It brings peace. It's a peaceful thing. I get everything off my mind. I don't have to worry about the outside things, the school work, family issues. To just go out there and play ball and be who I am. Coach Shu, man. I love Coach Shu. He done shift me into the player I am actually today. Like from the mental part to the physical part, he changed the way I play the game. He changed the way I think about the game, man. I can ask for a better coach coming to MGCC this year. My favorite athlete is Fred Warner. That's who I try to model my game after. So I think he plays the game. I play the game as he plays it, pretty fast, kind of aggressive, smart, and conservative. So that's who I seem to model myself after. Right now, on my playlist, I'd probably say Lil Papa. Yeah, Lil Papa. Very peaceful. You get the same thing every time you listen to him. You know what you're gonna get. It's just my go-to before games. When I'm chilling in the room, it's just my go-to artist every time. Spider-Man. I feel like main character sometimes, so I feel like I gotta be everywhere. That's how I model myself too. Spider-Man, I love Spider-Man. I like The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler because it's funny. I love Adam Sandler. Then it has a lot of more people like Nelly, and it has Terry Crews, and it just has a lot of good actors and musicians in there, so it's a very random movie. I got 4 actually. I think my high school coaches, Coach Howes, Coach Davis, and Coach John, and Coach Shufelt. Actually, my teammate, Gus Javion, that'd be my first guess. We just click, we like the same person. So I feel like our personality it clashes, so it'll just be a good first episode for everyone to see.
What happens when you believe? When you believe that you can make a difference, that you can do more, be more, create, explore, that you can find yourself, find your place, change a life, change the world. That's the power of belief. That's the power of Mississippi State University.
Gulf Coast men's basketball team was one possession away from going to the national tournament last year, finished as Region 23 runners-up. That was Coach Owen Miller's first year in charge. Let's talk with Coach Miller about his second team here at Gulf Coast.
I thought it was a very productive first year. Really proud of those sophomores that were especially here the previous couple years, for them to have that season. They put in the work and kind of laid the groundwork for what we're trying to do here. They bought in. We got better as the season went on, which as a coach is rewarding to see your team and your individuals continue to improve. And yeah, we were a possession away. We get a rebound against Jones. We could have advanced, but pleased with how we played, pleased with the culture that we're establishing here. and just have to continue to build on that success that we had. We've been with him about 9 or 10 days now. Compared to last year, we're bigger, we're physically better, meaning we're more athletic, we're longer, and I think we'll have more depth. Obviously, it's very early, but having a calendar year as it relates to basketball to recruit obviously helps. We're able to go out and get some high school kids, get a transfer, get a couple out-of-staters. So yeah, I think our personnel-wise, we're better. Jabari Berry was an all-region guy last year. Got 15 or 16 points a game and shot 45% from three, and poses a lot of problems on the opponents. He can really shoot the basketball, and he's able to create space. He's gotten in better shape. We've got to tighten his body up, which he's done in the offseason. And I think you'll see a better defender. I think I'll see a guy that's a little more explosive. And obviously, with all the minutes and the game experience, you'll see a more experienced player. He had an interesting year. He started out hot, and then about mid-season, right there before Christmas, he went into a little slump and got in his head, overthought things, missed a couple shots, and the basket would shrink. And so as he got through that, about the last 4 weeks of the season, he was really good. Played fantastic in the region championship game against Jones, and was one of our best defenders, and found his shot again. And he's had a great preseason so far. I went back home to Brazil this summer and played, and he's more physical than he was at this time last year. He's bigger and stronger. And but I think the most important thing with him is mentally he's in a better place. He's more confident. He's more comfortable, and kind of knows what to expect. And he's a young man that those things matter to him. He's a thinker, and so I think we'll see him freed up a little bit more throughout the year, instead of having kind of some of the ups and downs. But really pleased with where he's at right now. So I think he's going to have a big year. Larry Lee. Larry's in better shape. Larry's a fantastic rebounder, and he had a good year for us last year. We had a little issue there at the end of the year where he missed about the last 2 weeks of the regular season, and we missed him dearly. But Larry brings a lot of experience. He's an excellent defender. He has a knack for rebounding. He thinks every ball should be his. And I think you're going to see a better offensive player. Larry's really worked on his jump shot in the offseason. He'll be a guy that can shoot the three ball this year, which is going to allow us to do some more things and space people a little bit more than we were able to do last year. But looking for a big year from Larry. Avon Wilson was a redshirt for us last year from Bay High School down in Bay St. Louis. And one of the things that we're trying to do is redshirt a guy or two every year to create some age, so to speak, within our program. Try to get some guys that are a little bit older. Avon was a guy that could have played Menace for us last year. We redshirted him, which was great for him. He's 15 pounds stronger. People are going to be surprised by Avon. He's super athletic, extremely quick jumper. He's really improved his jump shot, can really finish at the rim. Great anticipator defensively. He's going to be a guy that a lot of people are going to like watching. He's going to be a lot of fun to watch for the Bulldog faithful. Quentin Greer, guy that we redshirted as well last year, probably our best spot-up shooter, and may have been last year. I mean, he really can shoot the basketball. Quentin has had to get bigger, get stronger, and basically just learn how to play a little better. So the redshirt year was really good for him, but I think you're going to see some good stuff out of him. He's still got to get better on the defensive end, but really shoots the basketball and can hide a lot of mistakes with his ability to make shots. Really pleased with our freshman group. I think we did really well in the state of Mississippi. Signed some guys that have won state championships, have played for state championships. Speaking of state championships, I think the first one we would talk about is Makai Strong from Raymond High School. He's about a 6'4" wing, really quick and athletic, can really anticipate, and got to get better shooting the ball, but he's going to be very good in our style of play. Kari Hamilton, Clinton High School, 6'2" combo guard, extremely physical. He's going to remind people defensively and with his athleticism Duran Parrish. Probably not as offensive as he was at this point, but a fantastic defender, really physical, and is going to bring a lot of things to our team. Braylon from West Point, 6'6", 6'7", long, athletic, had a fantastic summer, shoots the three, finishes around the rim. He's going to be a guy that we can play all over the floor. He brings us some more size and some length and athleticism in the front court, but he can also play in the back court as well. He's got to get better with his skill work and decision making, but gonna do some good things here. Jay Barron, Harrison Central point guard. Tough as nails, man. Him being so close, we got to see him a lot. I got to coach against him in high school. When I was at Gulfport, he was at Harrison Central, just a winner. He's one of those guys that whatever team he's on seems to win. We move him back and forth between the white and the blue team, and it seems that so far early that the team he's on wins. Just super competitive, knows how to play, good shooter, small in stature, but plays a lot bigger than his size, and is a pest defensively. I just really like what he's going to bring to us. Thomas Tangle, sophomore, signed with us. I wasn't here yet, but signed with Gulf Coast out of high school. Went to a prep school last year with the Northwest Junior College in Senatobia. Averaged 11 or 12 points for them. He's a 6'5", 6'6" perimeter player. Super athletic, very good shooter, has skill, and he makes us better. He's experienced. He's been through our league, so he knows what to expect. He was a guy that was very productive in our league last year. He came in here in the first half against us last year, had 20, so we're very familiar with him. Emerson from Fairfield, California, Northern California, 6'6", long, shoots the three, athletic, got to get stronger, but has a lot of skill. And is getting better by the day. And again, he adds some more length and size to that front court. He's more of a perimeter player, but we can play him all over the floor. Matthew Hinton, Atlanta, Georgia, 6'9". He's currently out with turf toe. We expect him back next week, but big young man, can really run, has good hands, can protect the rim defensively, and he's going to do big things for us. Keith is back, Keith Wyndham. This is his third year, and does an outstanding job in all areas of our program, recruiting, day-to-day, scheduling, our skill development, just as good in all areas. And then we brought back David Stallion. David was here 2 years ago. He wasn't on our staff last year, but really excited to have him back. He brings a lot of things we didn't have. I mean, he's very good with graphics and social media. He's good with camera, and he's really good on the floor, and he's got great rapport with our players. So I think David's going to bring a lot of stuff to us that we didn't have last year. Went into it last year with not a lot of knowledge. Being a high school coach in Mississippi, you see some junior colleges games, but as far as how people play and what style they play and the kind of kids they recruit, we have a better feel of that. Now, a lot of really good coaches, a lot of really good players in our league, and you've got the thing that with 14 region games, the key is just having consistency throughout your season, staying injury-free. But this league's very good. It's going to be very competitive again. I think as you look at the league, you would have to pick Jones right now. They returned 4 starters from a team that won our region last year, so I think we're all chasing them. But I think you're going to see some more teams be able to push them this year. We've got some kids have transferred, some people have brought some good talent in, so it's going to be wide open like it typically is. Our goals will be the same as they were last year, to play the best basketball that Gulf Coast has ever played. We don't get caught up too much in the end result. We try to stay in the day and in the moment and try to take it day by day and just kind of immerse ourselves in the process. But if we handle our business and we continue to improve and we become a team, and that's what everybody's trying to do at this stage, we got a chance to be right there, team.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Bulldog Blitz. We'll be back here next week after a game at Summit against Southwest. We'll see you then.